And Mr. Rob Leth, live in one of the spookiest homes in the GTA this morning. We're going to take you there live when we come back. You are watching the morning news. You know, for a lot of people, Halloween is the best day of the year. Better than Christmas, better than Easter. Time to decorate the house and go completely crazy. Rob Leth is at such a house this morning near Bathurst and Eglinton. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, number two. And you speak of Rob Leth, well, I threw him into a tank full of sharks with the laser beams attached to their heads. So he's no longer joining us. I'm at the house of Rachel Brown, a.k.a. my new secret lair. And Rachel, last year you won the Haunted House Halloween competition. What did that mean to you?
I thought it was great to be recognized for what I've done, and I really didn't think I was going to win, so I was surprised.
And as most evil geniuses, you haven't rested on your laurels. You're back at it again this year. What can you tell me about what you have in your front yard here?
Well, this is the haunted graveyard. I have a number of homemade tombstones. Almost everything here is homemade. I have a haunted doghouse this year with a skeleton dog. The doghouse is all homemade, the dog isn't, but...
They're obviously hard to make, it, even for an evil genius.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this for?
Over 10 years now.
And what is the inspiration for you?
In the past, I just got bored of handing out candy and I was too old to trick or treat, but this is my first year collecting money for the hospital for sick children. I have a donation box out, and I just figured it was a good way to give back since I have people coming here anyhow.
And let's go over to the donation box over here and we can take a look-see. And we see it right here, obviously giving back to the little kitties. With this box here, how much money do you hope to raise here for Halloween?
I've been told from other people that collect that I can't expect much my first year, but since I've been doing this haunt for so long and people know about it, I'd like to think I can make at least 300, if not more.
Very good. And right here on the sign, we see the countdown, and we'll do the ceremonial changing of the number right now, Rachel. There you go. No days left until Halloween. Trick or treat, everybody. Have a happy and safe one. We'll be back here a little bit later. Number two, back to you.
All right, Mr. Leth, nice work there this morning. Thanks so much.
We have your full Halloween weather forecast straight ahead.
And our very own Rob Leth live in one of the most decked out Halloween homes in the GTA. We're going to take you there live when we come back. 9 minutes after 7, 7 degrees.
And we're going to go now to one of the scariest houses in Toronto at Bathurst and Eglinton. That is where Rob Leth, or perhaps I should say Dr. Evil, is.
That is correct, Frau. I didn't go to 5 years of Evil University for nothing. Joined once again by Rachel Brown, the owner of this lovely home, the winner of last year's Haunted House Halloween competition. Rachel, what would a haunted house be without a graveyard?
Pretty much nothing.
So you have plenty of tombstones here in the front yard, and let's take a closer look at some of them. What's the first one we have right here?
This is Dawn Under.
And what does it say underneath her inscription?
It says, "Tomb it may concern, here I lie."
And of course, Dawn Under, she was a basketball player, 6 feet tall, earning the nickname 6 Feet Dawn Under. And as we move along, Rachel, we have the second one here we're taking a look at.
This is My Remains.
I hope not.
Yeah.
And moving on to this one here. This is the largest tombstone you have in the yard.
This one is horizontal.
He is now, isn't he?
Yes.
And the last one here.
This one is Ida Voider.
Would you?
Yes.
So what is the key to making a cemetery look authentic?
Just don't overdo it. I've seen a lot of houses where people just throw everything they can think of. I like to figure out where everything's going to be placed, and lighting and sound.
So you have an evil plan?
Yes, I do.
What is the tombstone that gets the most attention in your front yard?
Probably the bleeding tombstone that I have up front.
Okay, and of course the scariest tombstone we've saved for last. And with that, Frau, I'll send it back to you. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Dr. Evil.
Later in our show, we'll show you how to make some quick and simple Halloween snacks.
Also had ghosts and goblins galore. We'll take you to one of the spookiest Halloween homes in the GTA. You're watching the morning news. Don't go away.
7:45 in the morning. Let's check in with our very own Dr. Evil this morning at one of the city's most haunted houses. Good morning, Dr. Evil.
Thank you very much, number 2. And by the way, I'm going to win that lottery and win me $39 million. Joined once again by Rachel Brown at this haunted house in Forest Hill. And Rachel, we started off in the cemetery over here, but there's much more to your display than just a cemetery. What else do you have on your premises here?
I have a mad lab and a giant 6-foot spider named Bubbles the Vicious Spider.
And of course, you see Bubbles up there above the garage, a perfect name for a spider.
Yes, of course.
And what else do you have?
I have this man in the coffin here, and there's a skull up in the window there that sort of glows at night.
What sort of reactions do you get from trick-or-treaters when they come by every year to visit your home?
The littler kids are pretty terrified, but it doesn't have to be Halloween for them to be scared. The older kids are pretty impressed, and they like to stand around and really notice all the details, and I'm surprised every year, but they notice what's new and what's not.
As far as your neighbors, what do they think of you?
They like it, although my neighbor last night commented that he realized he would have to buy more candy this year because of me.
Speaking of candy, how big is your supply, and how many kids do you expect to come by and get candy from you, Morticia?
I've had to buy hundreds and hundreds of candy, lots of chocolate, lollipops, everything. Last year I had about 350 kids. This year I'm expecting more.
When you see the kids come to the door and you see the looks on their faces, does that make it all worthwhile for you?
Yeah, the kids really love it, and it's just fun to hand out candy, and they're always complimenting me on my house. And I've even received emails from people who said they want to come by, so that's fun.
All right, perfect. It'll be very busy here tonight, number 2. And next off, we're going to take a closer look at the Mad Lab, a perfect place for an evil doctor.
And we're going to throw it over to Rob Leth now, who is at one of the spookiest houses in the GTA. Good morning, Rob.
Are you speaking to me?
Dr.
Because
Evil.
I am Dr. Evil.
Where's Mini-Me?
He's around somewhere. I think you might see him soon enough. And Frau, I have one question for you. Do you know why I'm here and you're not here?
No, why is that?
You're not evil enough. You're semi-evil. You're quasi-evil. You're the margarine of evil.
Quasi-evil?
You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie, not evil enough.
1 calorie? I thought diet was like a 0 calorie.
Right.
Right.
Anyway,
Get with the
we're here
program
in the
there,
Mad
Dr.
Lab
Evil.
Frau, which is perfect for an evil doctor like myself, and joined once again by Rachel Brown, the lovely homeowner here, dressed as Morticia. And Rachel, what can you tell me about what we have in the laboratory here?
Right, well this is the Mad Lab desk where the Mad Doctor would work. I have bubbling potions using aquarium pumps, and they all glow under black light using UV sensitive water dyes that you could also see in Universal Studios. Same effect that they use. I have the floating glow-in-the-dark brain here.
That, of course, is Rob Leth's brain. You can see it's not very big.
Yeah. The large bloody syringe and the light-up lantern that sits atop the Mad Lab desk. I also have the electric chair skeleton over here.
All right, and speaking of these lovely potions over here, are they safe to drink?
I wouldn't if I were you.
Well, you're not me, and I'm an evil doctor, so let's try one of these right here. Okay, you were right. Not good in the belly. What are some of the other potions we have right there?
They are all different colors of glowing potions. I have several beakers full.
All right, very good. And what do you think of that, Mini-Me? Mini-Me? Right, okay. And with that, we'll send it back to you, Frau.
Well done, Dr. Evil. Thank you very much.
All right, one last time to our very own Dr. Evil this morning, Rob Leth, who's at one of the best decorated houses, best decorated Halloween houses in the city this morning. Good morning, Rob.
Once again, it's Dr. Evil.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting, sir. Dr.
Yeah, I don't
Evil,
care
sir.
for your toad number 2. You're not all that in a bag of potato chips, but then again, you complete me. You do.
You complete me?
That's right. But enough of all that. I should probably get on with the interview number 2. And we looked at the Mad Lab back there, which is where Dr. Evil likes to do some of his work. And we're joined again by Rachel. And Rachel, How long does it take you to put together this wonderful display?
I start thinking up ideas and building them over the summer, and then all throughout October I'm busy setting up.
So Halloween really is a year-round celebration for you.
Pretty much.
So you started this about 10 years ago. How does your display compare to your first one?
The first one was pretty much a couple tombstones on the lawn, and that was it, and then it grew since then to what it is today.
How much do you think this entire display is worth? I would guess $1 million.
Probably not that much, but I couldn't even guess.
Speaking of money, also a very important time of year for you. What can you tell me you're doing about what you're doing new this year for the little children?
I am raising money for the Hospital for Sick Children. If you come to the haunt tonight, you'll see this guy holding a donation box where you can drop off any spare change you have.
And of course, Mini-Me is part of that as well, and he could use the money as well. He's not doing so well. What is your favorite part of this entire display?
My favorite part, just the whole cemetery scene is pretty good. Everything is homemade, so you're not going to find the same stuff at any other house.
All right, there you go, number two. The best Halloween house in the area, but not the only one. And speaking of number two, well, I'll just let the picture tell the story. Back to you, number two.
All right, thanks very much.
Or Frau.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the clarification there, Dr. Evil. We will chat with you soon. Who do you think you are, Jerry Maguire?
Dr. Evil, goodbye.
Dr. Evil, goodbye, Dr. Evil.